Hello, and welcome to the Clarity at Work channel, which is dedicated to work and health matters. Do you like your job? Or are you like the countless number of people who hate what they do for a living and on the verge of quitting? Well, please take a few minutes to view this video and see how you feel at the end. People work hard to get their dream jobs, or at least work they tolerate, in order to pay the bills. So, what could cause someone to want to quit? Let's take a typical scenario. You start a new job in a medium-sized company. Initially, all is going well, and you settle into a nice routine. After some time, changes are introduced. You are required to take on a new role you are not comfortable with, added to your own workload. Plus, you are expected to give regular updates and meet tight deadlines. You try to compensate for the extra work by coming into work earlier, speeding up, and taking shortcuts, working through lunch, staying on longer, and bringing work home with you. You start to feel isolated, stressed, and suffer broken sleep. You dread coming into work. Your family notice your changes in mood. You are more snappy and irritable at home. You try to find excuses not to go to work, even ringing in sick. You want to scream out loud, "I've had it. I'm quitting." If you are going through a similar situation, stop. Take a breather. Do not make any rash decisions you may regret. Remember, a job in hand is better than having no job at all. Your first step is to identify the possible factors that caused you to feel so stressed and upset. In this case, the new role and significant increase in workload were the main issues. Next, talk to your employer, bearing in mind that no job is perfect, but any job can be made better. List down all your concerns. Then, request a meeting with your line manager. Explain that you are not coping with work. Be honest and as specific as possible. Do not be afraid to suggest some solutions of your own. Some people might say, "I'm afraid I'll lose my job, or look like a failure if I tell them I'm not coping." Well, it should be obvious to a good manager if someone was struggling in work, and it would be better to tackle any issues earlier, for everyone's benefit. If you encounter some resistance from your line manager, request a meeting with a more senior manager, or even with human resources. Remember, it is your well-being and job satisfaction at stake. You are only following proper work procedures after all. What happens after this meeting? You should expect to have your concerns taken seriously by your employer. Then, a plan should be put in place to address them, such as delegation of the role you were not comfortable with, more training, increased mentoring, and protected break times. A good employer should also offer you free access to an employee assistance program for counseling and well-being support. With implementation of these steps, most of the issues should now be settled, and you start to feel better and happier in work. In summary, do not quit your job or make any rash decisions before communicating your concerns with your employer. We hope you have benefited from this video. Please leave a comment or suggestion below, and click the like and subscribe buttons. Tune in for future videos on work health matters.